everyone, what is good? Welcome back to the channel. This is Silver Hyena. New studio space, I know. It's, well, okay, studio's still the same stuff, just a different location, slightly different setup. I've already done a few videos with it, but still trying to get used to things. It's just a little bit different. Anyways, that's beside the point. What I am doing for today's video, well, I recently remembered something that I really enjoyed, and after watching a couple episodes of it, I had to do some artwork on it. And of course, you might recognize this adorable group of feathered commandos. These are the penguins of Madagascar. Yes, I actually really enjoyed that show. I enjoyed the Madagascar movies too, even though it's like, I don't really remember much of them aside from, well, those penguins. Those penguins were the show stealers. And then of course, on top of that, they actually got their own show. Which, well, yeah, the animation hasn't exactly aged particularly gracefully of the TV show variant, at least. Like, I'll admit, the CGI, it looks a little bit, okay, a lot of it slapdashed and rushed, but it is just so much fun, so zany, so fun. I might have said fun multiple times, but that's beside the point. I really enjoyed this show, and then episodes are only like 10 minutes long, so much like Sonic Boom, it's just short, it's funny, it's zany, to the point, and I love it. And I'm going to be drawing these for today, so let's get started. Now then, by the time we get to this point in the video, you'd have probably already seen me sketching up in the corner over there, but I'm just trying to get things all set up and working, and dang it, I need more room. Okay, so I had to change a few things around from my original sketch, but I still think it turned out really well, all things considered. Now then, I had darkened up some of the line art off camera with my Faber-Castell Goldfabers. Going for something a little bit different. I haven't used my Faber-Castell Colored Pencils in a while, so I wanted to bring them out again. And I've also, of course, got my Ohuhu Brush Markers, which I'm going to try out a different kind of coloring style. Might be kind of risky, but you know what? That's what we do here. I'm going to try something just different out. So there's that. Originally, I was going to do line art with my Pit Artist pens, but I decided, like, you know what? My last video, I kind of used the inking. So I'm gonna go with the softer pencil line art, which I also really like. So, without further ado, I'm gonna get started. I've got to say, if you just want something short, to the point, and filled with laughs, Penguins of Madagascar has you covered. Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, the CGI for this show might not have aged terribly well, but once you just start watching and getting into the hijinks, you don't really even notice or care, because it's just that entertaining. Seriously, Commando Penguins. Sheer genius. Let's get started. Even though we already have. The impossibility of it all is what really gives this show its charm. I absolutely love how seriously Skipper and his boys take themselves, yet there isn't exactly much seriousness to be found in the show, generally at least. For those of you unfamiliar, Skipper is the leader, the commanding officer, well, Skipper. He's tough, stubborn, strict, but fair. Also, he's a little paranoid. Okay, maybe more than a little. And although he'd never admit it out loud, he loves his team. Kowalski,
He's the second in command, and perhaps a little too smart for his own good. However, it's always entertaining to see what he's able to whip up out of junk and standard household appliances, plus anything else he manages to get his flippers on. Rico is just delightfully off-the-rails bonkers. Usually he speaks in grunts and groans and occasionally a few words. However, it's his absolute love of explosives and a unique talent of swallowing and upchucking just about anything you can imagine. Last but not least, there's Private, the youngest member on the team and the most adorable. Sweet, kind-hearted, and perhaps a little too innocent, Private is often the mediator and voice of reason. Oh yeah, and he's also a brony. Yes, I went there. Now, I had a lot of fun working on this piece. Well, yes, these 4 well-dressed birds are an elite commando unit. They also have another talent, being cute and cuddly, so I wanted to capture their adorable side. One of Skipper's little quirks that always gets a laugh out of me is how he's got that fish in his coffee cup. In fact, I tried to incorporate something that each of the penguin likes and or uses at some point into the art piece. Kowalski has his notebook and pencil, Rico has one of his bombs. As for Private, I was originally planning on drawing him with his Lunicorn, but it just wasn't working out with what I had in mind with the rest of the piece, so I switched to his hyper-cute rainbow. And I think it works. The major risk I took with this illustration was color coding each bird. As much as I love these guys, I was worried about them just melding together since all 4 of them have the same exact color scheme. Plus it's, well, obviously it's black and white, so I was looking for a way to make it pop a little bit more. Overall, I'm not sure if it turned out quite the way I thought it would. However, I don't think it turned out terrible by any means. Perhaps I just need to play around with this pop art styling more often. Really get the hang of it. Now, I gotta say that I think the Faber-Castell Colored Pencils reacted to the Ohuhu Brush Markers differently than the Prismacolors. That's not to say that they don't work with the markers, but it felt different. Perhaps because of the difference in formula between Prismas and Fabers? I also only had 1 lead break on me so far, so there's that too. But anyways, if you too enjoyed the zany antics of these flightless birds, be sure to let me know in the comments below.
Alright, so, oh my gosh, my wrist is cramping up after working on this. I mean, of course, the whole process is the whole process is sped up for you to see, but this took 3 to 4 hours, if not even more. And all that little detail, oh, my hand is cramping up something terrible, but I think it's worth it. Overall, I am really happy with how it turned out. While it may not have been my initial original vision, you know what? That's okay. I mean, I was trying out something I had never really tried out before. So you know what? I'm a-okay. Anyways, I'm afraid that's all the time we have for today's video. If you enjoyed, please be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also, be sure to check out my Instagram at silverhyenaart. Got some cool stuff on there for you to check out. And with that being said, this is Silver Hyena signing off. Stay creative, everybody. Bye!